Laya Yoga. Laya means dissolve, and Laya Yoga is a form of yoga in which dissolution of oneself into the supreme consciousness. That is principally practiced in Laya Yoga. Gorakhnath is thought to have authored various books including Goraksha Samhita, Goraksha Gita, Siddha Siddhanta Paddhati, Yoga Chintamani, Yoga Martanda, and Goraksha Shatakam. Next one. Goraksha Shatakam is a classic yogic text in which Gorakhnath describes asanas, pranayama, pratyahara, mudra, bandha, and kundalini jagrati to experience the ultimate reality. In contrast to the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Gorakhnath in 4th verse of Gorakshatakam says, Asanam prana sanyamaha pratyaharo tadharana dhyanam samadhiretani yogangani bhavanti shat. Not Ashtanga Yoga, Shat Yoga, which Gorakhnath prescribes. Asanam, posture, prana sanyamaha, breath restraint, pratyahara, sense withdrawal, dharana, concentration, samadhi, ecstasy are the 6 limbs of yoga. In Goraksha Shatakam, he goes on elaborating nadis, pancha prana, 2 main asana he prescribes, pranayama, he specifically recommends 2 asanas. Next. Asanebhyo samastebhyo dvayameva vishishyate ekam siddhasanam proktam dvitiyam kamalasanam. He recommends 2 special asanas. First one is the hero's posture, which is siddhasana, which opens the door to the liberation, and the second one is kamalasana, which removes various kinds of diseases. Next. This particular paper is based on this principle, which is essence of yoga. In the 39th verse of Goraksha Shatakam, Gorakhnath says, Chale vate chalam sarvam, nishchale nishchalam bhavet, yogis thunutvam apnoti, tato vayu nibandhayet. If breath moves, everything moves. If breath stops, everything stops. To gain the stability, yogi must first control the breath. That is thunutvam, to gain the stability. Yogi, tato vayu nibandhayet means to control the breath first. Next. Whether we realize it or not, all human beings yearn for stability. We are constantly seeking to establish the harmonious and balanced relationships with ourselves and the others. But how do we achieve this stability in this unstable and unpredictable world? Yoga can certainly help in achieving this harmony. Next. So what this verse basically says, this verse in Goraksha Shatakam emphasizes the importance of absolute harmony in breath, mind and body, without which we cannot progress in the journey of yoga. Breathing is one of the most important and intricate activities we engage in. Our life begins with the first breath and ends with our last breath. Cellular respiration is dependent on a constant flow of oxygen being delivered to each cell and carbon dioxide being taken away. Every emotional state we experience has a corresponding pattern of breathing associated with it. When we get angry, respiratory rate increases. When we get fearful, respiratory rate increases. When we are in a calm and composed state of mind, respiratory rate decreases. So every emotion has a respiratory rate association with it. Even the elemental rhythm of our heartbeat is intimately connected to our respiration. Next. The control of mind is very important to attain the union with the supreme consciousness. Mind has a natural tendency to move. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, Chanchalahi Manah Krishna. In order to stabilize the ever unstable mind, Gorakhnath prescribes the method of breath control. According to the Hatha Yoga also, breath control is very important for mind control and concentration of mind. Next. Harmony. I'm just saying harmony. So harmony, how it is related to the breath. Let us delve into some deeper aspects of flow of energy through the body. So unless we understand this, we will not understand the harmony within the body. So prana creates aura around the body. It flows through the thousands of subtle energy channels called nadis and energy chakras, energy centers called chakras. The quantity and quality of prana and the way it flows through the nadis and chakras determines one state of mind. One state of mind. If the prana flow is high and its flow is continuous, smooth and steady, the mind is calm, positive and enthusiastic. And the other way around. If the prana flow is not steady, there are blockages in the channels, obviously the mind will be unstable. So Gorakhnath says in Goraksha Shatakam that regular practice of pranayama brings harmony in the body and the mind. It makes one physically, mentally, spiritually strong. It brings clarity to the mind, and good health to the body. Next one. One of the aims of yoga is to unblock the channels. This is the principal aim of the yoga, to unblock the channels and to produce inner organic natural harmony, a condition of normal balance and regulation, respiratory movements by pranayama. Pranayama achieves dynamic equilibrium of the mind and the body. It is very important. According to the yoga physiology, there are two bionervous influences. One we call prana, the second we call as apana, which cause and control the act of respiration. Let us go into the more in physiology. The one which is called as positive is produced to the right side of the spine, which is a Pingala Nadi, which is under the influence of solar influence, sun channel, and whereas the negative counterpart is produced by the Chandra influence, which is also called as Ida Nadi, through the left nostril. It is further maintained that by coordination between these two vital dynamic currents, all life activities are sustained, and that it is imperative condition of the health that they should be equally balanced. Next, let's look into the features of Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. Ida is feminine in nature. Ida is just to the left of the spine, which is feminine in nature, which is negative in character. It is under control of the moon. It is cold. It is more linked to the intuition, desire, internal and passive things. It is under the control of subconscious mind, whereas the Pingala lies on the right side of the spine, and it is masculine in character. It is under the control of the sun. It is hot. It is related to the logic, action, under control of the conscious mind. Whereas the Sushumna, the central part, which is very important to the Kundalini Jagrati, it is neutral. It is neither positive nor negative. It is the ultimate cosmic light we experience when we awaken the Kundalini. And it is temperate. It is more linked to the higher qualities like wisdom, knowledge, and unconscious mind. Next. This is fascinating. This is the journey of subtle mind. Let us delve more into this. So this is the Ida Nadi, the left one, which lies on the left of the spine, and the right one is under the control of the sun, which is the Pingala Nadi. When we unblock the nadis, what I'm saying, when we unblock the nadis, when the prana flows is very smooth and steady through these nadis, the Sushumna, and ultimately what happens is this pure energy, which is lying just near us in the form of serpentine form, which we call as Kundalini energy, that gets awakened. When the flow between Ida and Pingala is smooth and steady. Until and unless it becomes smooth and steady, Kundalini will never get awakened. So once it gets awakened, it traverses 7 chakras. It starts from the Muladhara chakra, then comes to the Swadhisthana chakra, Manipura chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddha chakra, and Sahasrara chakra. Once it crosses each chakra, the yogi experiences different qualities. Like first, it crosses the Muladhara chakra, yogi experiences innocence at the level of Muladhara chakra. Innocence will be there. At the level of Swadhisthana, creativity will be there. At the level of Manipur chakra, peace will be there. At the level of Anahat, love, compassion, security will be there. At the level of Vishuddha chakra, collectivity will be there. At the level of Agya chakra, forgiveness will be there. And then it merges with the supreme consciousness at the level of Sahasrara chakra. Integration with ultimate consciousness will happen. So this is the journey of a prana, and this is the journey of a jivatma to the Paramatma. Coming to the next. In fact, the practice of Hatha Yoga is directed mainly to the good health and control of the nervous system, for it is emphasized that not only through the complete purification of the nervous system, like Nadi Shuddhi, where the nerve impulses are made to flow in absolute harmony, through the Sushumna is the state of trance consciousness, Samadhi is achieved. We have to unblock the channels first to attain this ultimate goal of Samadhi. Next. Let me take you to some of the deeper and more fascinating aspects of this spirituality. So there is more science behind spirituality. I am also one of the principal investigators and doing research in this particular aspect of Ananda Mind. You might have heard this name Ananda Mind. Ananda Mind, it comes from the word Ananda. It's a Sanskrit word. Everybody knows the meaning of Ananda. It's a blissful state. So Ananda Mind is a little known brain chemical that has been called as a bliss molecule for the role it plays in producing feeling of happiness. Anandamide is a neurotransmitter derived from arachidonic acid, a unsaturated omega-6 fatty acid. It gets its name Ananda from the blissful state, anandamide is one of the most important endocannabinoids, compounds produced within the body that bind to the cannabinoid receptors in the brain elsewhere throughout the body. So what this anandamide does? Next. While the anandamide bestows a wealth of overall health benefits, mostly it is linked to our state of mind and mental well-being. Suboptimal levels of anandamide can drain us of happiness, increase fear and anxiety, and rob us of the ability to cope with stress. So anandamide is linked with the mental stability. The endocannabinoid system, which includes anandamide, offers protection against stress-related psychiatric diseases, including major depression, generalized anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder. Pranayama increases the levels of anandamide. Next. Ancient yogis were fully aware of the psychic effects of prana through the breath. When the both mind stuff and breath remain controlled, a controlled blissful absoluteness is achieved. The best means of creating harmony and concentration within, therefore, is to create the harmony in breathing. Gorakshnath recommends the practice of deep, prolonged rhythmic breathing, which leads to the establishment of corresponding state of mental equipoise. He further states in Goraksha Shatakam that stability of mind and body is achieved through the skillful practice of asana and pranayama. Let's go into Taittiriya Upanishad. What it says about the Panchakoshas. Panchakoshas are the 5 layers of existence. As in yoga, we go on higher level of consciousness, we experience the blissful state. The whole process of attaining the ultimate blissful state simply